Oh, yes. Let me see here if I can figure this technological stuff out. All right. Oh, yeah, I gotta turn the music off. You know, I was watching Nick DiPaolo the other day, and I guess he's using like a little iPad or something where he just hits a button and everything is set up right there. I'd like to know, I really could use somebody who knows how to do that stuff, make my life a little easier. Uh, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. What matters is we're all alive and happy and free and you know I wake up and let me tell you, last night I had a little tit for tat with some people on Twitter. It's so easy to rile up these loony liberals. Most of them, they have their heads so far up their asses they wouldn't know a good thing uh, if it bit them on the ass or on the inside of their colon. They wouldn't know. I mean, it's that crazy. I mean, and as soon as somebody found out that I was in Thailand, it was all about, so you're over there for little girls, you're over there for you're a sex tourist, you're this, you're that. And you know, I have not done anything on Twitter aside from just put up videos and a photo and stuff like that. I've tried to keep it very, keep myself out of it, but I just couldn't resist last night. and the thing is if you don't give a shit what they're saying, you really do have the upper hand. And you have some responses, but I mean, it's just like people would start going off on me, and I was like, wait a minute, what did I say that was so wrong? And then it's just like, if you like Trump, you're this, you're that. Uh, no, this is an older shirt, but I just don't wear it all that often. It's one of my favorite shirts. That's why it stays in the drawer unless I really feel like wearing it. But now I've got a full basket of laundry, and it happened to be the first one that I pulled out. Yeah, no, this is the thing. I can ignore them. It's very easy to ignore them. But I mean, I probably set off about 3, 4, 5 people. And then I looked at their Twitter. Uh, that's because I just don't wear it all that much. I mean, every once in a great while. But and it every single one of them is. They say things like, "I can't wait until we get Trump out of the White House. This guy doesn't deserve to be president." Yes, he does. This is the thing. He deserves to be president. You just don't. They just cannot handle it. And then everything. Listen, I got called a racist because I said, "Listen, every life matters." I said the usual spiel. All lives matter. And here's the thing. And I've been hearing this. What did Ali's son say? Because I was a little out of it this morning because I woke up. Well, I was up late at night, and then I woke up at like 3 o'clock, and I thought, should I wake up? No. And then I just laid there for an hour, and then I fell asleep, and I didn't wake up till about 8:30. So, I'm a little out of it right now. Still, I haven't got to let the coffee sink in. Too much to write. Well, here's the thing. I mean, like every single video I see of some person, I'm not talking about, I don't know the whole deal with the Breonna Taylor where they went into the wrong apartment or whatever. I don't know about that very much, but I do believe that from what I've seen, I've just read over the situation briefly, and it looks to me like, it was an accident, it happened. And this is what these people don't understand, is sometimes there's going to be accidents that happen, and it might be to a white person, might be to a Latino, might be to an African American, whatever. But I think that, at first I was like, well, yeah, maybe it does seem like the police are being a little bit brutal. But if you look at every single situation that the media brings up, and of course the media is not bringing up, very seldom do they get into a deep discussion about why some African American kid would walk by and knock over an 83-year-old woman or stab a 90-year-old woman or whatever she was. I think she was 83 and the lady was 92 that got knocked over. Whatever, elderly person. Because every time I think of that, I think of my mother. And then I think, what would I do if I could get back at that person? And I would end up in jail, you know. And, you know, that's not a good thing, obviously. But why is the media not covering this? And why do the loony liberals, as I like to call them, the absolute loons, why do they not discuss this? Oh, gosh, it's not really right for this to happen. But every single time I see a cop, even on the mainstream media, and I see a cop going, or cops dealing in a situation with someone who happens to be African American, and some of the time the cops are African American as well. Why is it that every single time the African American that they show is either hitting the police officer or fighting back and resisting arrest? And then they bitch and piss and moan. I got to say this. They bitch. Happened. What's going on here? We got the thing going here? All right, we're back. Problems with the internet right now. My apologies.